All right, today I'm going to be doing ground turkey frozen burritos. Now I'm going to show everything that we're using, which is the carb balanced tortillas. Get a little bit less calories in those, a little bit more protein. We're going to be using ground turkey mixed with Greek yogurt, bell pepper, onion, and jalapenos. All right, so I'm going to jump right in. We're going to cut up the bell pepper, the onion, and the jalapenos, and then start sauteing those down. I'm gonna try to fill these up with as many vegetables as I can. Really pack them in there. Plus, it just adds to the overall flavor of the burrito. And then I like to cube these instead of the long strips. Obviously, you can do whichever way you prefer. Before I do that, I'm using Kerrygold butter in this one instead of the olive oil. I only have extra virgin olive oil, so the butter will be better to cook with. Just go with 2 cubes there. Normally I would melt that butter down a little bit first, but I'm just gonna throw everything in here. For the onion, I'm just gonna use half of this. That's gonna be more than enough. And I'm doing about 8 burritos in this one. And I'm using just a sweet onion on this one. It's a little bit more onion than I was probably going to put in there, but that'll be fine. Then the jalapenos, I'm going to go ahead and cut these, remove the seeds. Then I'm going to cube these down nice and small with the rest of everything. And go ahead and dump those in there also. All right, then we're going to go ahead and put that on the stove. All right, so I've got these on the stove. Let that butter melt, get these sauteed down a little bit. And then once they're just on the soft but still crunchy side, we'll pull them off. I'm gonna go ahead and salt these. Sweat out that water just a little bit. All right, so these things are just about done. I added a little bit of pepper to these, and that was the only other thing besides the salt. And then I'm gonna go ahead and pull these off. So that's it right there. And then I'm gonna go right in with the ground turkey, a little bit of salt, a little pepper, and then we're doing a street taco seasoning. And I don't have my skillet, that's why I'm using a saucepan. Let that cook down for a little bit. And then while the meat is cooking down, I'm gonna go ahead and mix up this Greek yogurt. This will go mixed in with the ground turkey. And it's 170 grams per serving. All right, so that's 174 grams right there. And I think I'm gonna go just a little bit more. All right, there's 250 grams of Greek yogurt. And to give it a little bit of flavor and spice, I'm just gonna put some Tapatio in there. All right, so we pulled that ground turkey off. I'm gonna go ahead and mix in the Greek yogurt. Now that I'm seeing this, I probably could have done 2 full servings of Greek yogurt. And we're gonna let that cool down, and then we'll start putting it in the tortillas. I'm gonna wrap them in this so I can actually see the front of the scale. And we're gonna fill these with 122 grams. It should equal 8 parts. We'll see what that comes out to. I don't know what these are gonna look like, but we're gonna start with 122 grams just to see how they roll. All right, so that's 122 grams right there. It's not too bad. I don't know how well those are gonna roll. Probably won't fill in on the sides. And then we're gonna add some veggies. So it was 160 grams total. Let's see how these fold up. Yeah, I don't. Okay, so not too bad. It's kind of folding in on the sides. And then I'm gonna go ahead and wrap one of these. Get those as airtight as possible. All right, so that wasn't too bad. We'll see how the rest of these go. I could probably split these up into 9 separate tortillas, but there's 8 in a pack, so I'm trying to maximize. 122. See if we can fold these up a little bit better. Probably need bigger tortillas or smaller filling. But after not completely fold in, that's not going to hurt my feelings. But for this next one, I'm going to go ahead and add 100 grams of the meat mixture instead of 122, just to see how they fold. All right, there's 102 right there. Yeah, those definitely fold a lot better at 100 grams. All right, so it made 9 burritos. I probably could have portioned those down a little bit, done 100 grams in each of these. 9 decent sized burritos. Definitely a good snack or kind of a lighter lunch. And then this last one I just left out. I added a little bit more meat to this one because I'm gonna go ahead and eat this one right now. All right, so that's pretty much it. Those are very quick and easy, and obviously you can switch up that recipe any way you want to, mixing in and out vegetables, adding Greek yogurt or not. And like I said in my previous video, I'm trying to lose weight right now, so I'm not adding cheese to these. If I was maintaining, I would definitely add cheese to these. And I calculated everything up, and I think these come to right around like 230 to 240 calories for a decent sized burrito. Now you could definitely go up to a bigger size tortilla, get a little bit more out of that if you were looking to kind of fill up a little bit more, get a few more calories, a little bit more protein. But for me right now, I'm eating somewhat light throughout the day, so I might eat 1 or 2 of these, and then maybe dinner, which is also gonna be light at this time. But that's it, stay tuned for the next video, or in one of the upcoming videos, I'm gonna try to do breakfast burritos so that I have something quick and easy to take on the way to work.